So I've been using the S24 Ultra for the past couple of weeks now, and I've been stacking it up against my iPhone 15 Pro Max, the OnePlus 12, OnePlus Open, and it's looking to take over with its AI features. Most of these include auto summarization of notes, real-time translation during phone conversations, and intelligent photo editing capabilities. The device is positioned at the forefront of AI integration in smartphones, promising enhanced user experiences. However, it now comes in at $100 more than before, $1299, and it's also $100 more than the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Additionally, Samsung made a controversial decision to replace the 10-time optical camera of its predecessor with a 50-megapixel 5-time telephoto lens, prompting skepticism about whether software enhancements can compensate for potential hardware limitations. At first glance, the S24 Ultra doesn't look too much different from before, right? But at the same time, I can assure you there are some notable design changes. For example, this new model opts for a titanium frame instead of armor aluminum, enhancing durability and reducing weights. Despite a slight decrease in weight from 8.25 to 8.22 ounces, the phone does feel less dense. The curved screen of the previous Ultras is replaced with a flat display, obviously to prevent the stylus from falling over the edge. But this has created yet a separate problem. My stylus now sticks out more than ever. Although this may not be a significant concern for users who do use cases, the bezels are reportedly 42% slimmer than before, particularly noticeable at the bottom of the display. However, there are no major updates to the S Pen, which is a disappointment for those expecting innovation. Despite mixed feelings about these design changes, there is a variety of color options available. I went with titanium violet, which I think looks absolutely amazing. Additionally, the launch includes several utility-focused cases, such as the S View wallet case with a preview window. Now let's go ahead and cover the display on this model because it's good. Over time, I have become less fixated on display resolution in flagship phones, as today's Quad HD Plus resolution is more than satisfactory. The Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra boasts a 6.8-inch Quad HD Plus dynamic AMOLED 2-time display, delivering detailed imagery with vibrant colors and excellent viewing angles. Samsung does claim a brightness rating of 2600 nits for the S24 Ultra, but I prefer to rely on real-world testing rather than manufacturer claims. Comparing it to its predecessor, the Galaxy S23 Ultra, which reached a peak brightness of 1225 nits, the S24 Ultra demonstrates a significant improvement here, reaching 1353 nits when displaying HDR content in my testing. This enhancement ensures a seamless viewing experience even in direct sunlight. By the way, it's not as bright as the OnePlus 12 that we've seen here in the past couple of weeks, which I'm also checking out that phone for you guys. Make sure you get subscribed if you want to see that video. But at the same time, I also think that the brightness is more than satisfactory and a bit too bright in darker scenarios, right? At the same time, the refresh rate, 120 Hz. I feel like if Samsung wanted to, they could have pushed it to 144. I don't know why they haven't. Another noteworthy feature of the S24 Ultra is its use of Gorilla Armor glass, making it exceptionally durable according to durability tests. Additionally, this glass helps reduce glare from surrounding lights, enhancing the overall viewing experience, which I can tell you right now, compared to my OnePlus 12, the glare is almost 70% less noticeable than what I see on the display on the OnePlus 12. The S24 Ultra's display, honestly, has probably the best when it comes to anti-glare technology. But you know what, let's go ahead and cover the AI features next, because these are the true crown of this phone moving into 2024 and setting this standard for other phones. Samsung has a history of introducing innovative features to its phones, although not all of them become memorable. With the growing integration of AI into various aspects of our lives, Samsung's Galaxy AI aims to offer users new capabilities. Many of these AI features are developed in collaboration with Google, raising questions about the true source of innovation here. While Samsung offers Galaxy AI features for free until 2025, there is uncertainty about future changes and terms, particularly regarding third-party AI features. Testing out the Galaxy S24 Ultra's AI features reveals promising functionality, but we shouldn't have to pay for AI after 2025. I think that's ridiculous. I mean, look at Tesla, for example, right? I've been a Tesla owner for years now, and we've all been paying for full self-driving. We still don't have it. What's to say that Samsung isn't just going to go ahead and piece by piece these AI features and still continue to charge us for them? I don't think that consumers should go ahead and pay for these AI features when you're paying a premium price for a flagship phone. One standout feature is Circle to Search, which allows users to initiate a search by circling an object or subject on the screen without leaving the current app. Live Translate, another practical feature, enables real-time translation during phone calls, supporting multiple languages. Despite slight latency and limitations in conversational tone, Live Translate enhances communication, especially in third-party apps like WhatsApp. And then you have your voice recorder, for example. I've tested the new AI features integrated into Samsung's voice recorder app. This includes transcription, speaker labeling, and summarization in a TLDR style bullet list. For professionals who attend meetings or conduct interviews, this feature streamlines workflow by eliminating the need to manually transcribe recordings. Despite occasional errors in transcriptions, the app effectively distinguishes between speakers and provides a useful summary of what you guys are actually talking about. In my experience, it surpasses the capabilities of the Pixel 8 Pro's voice recording app, offering enhanced efficiency and functionality. Overall, the Galaxy AI features shows Samsung's commitment to integration and including AI in our everyday tasks to make our lives that much easier. But the bigger question is, how are the cameras? Now, the most controversial aspect of the S24 Ultra is Samsung's decision to replace that 10x optical zoom camera found in the S23 Ultra with a 5x optical zoom lens. While this alteration may initially seem like a downgrade, it's crucial to note that Samsung has opted for a higher resolution sensor, a 50 megapixel one, as opposed to the previous 10 megapixel sensor. Now, I'm going to be transparent here and say that it makes more sense that you're using the 5x optical zoom more than the 10x. For me personally, I use the 5x way more than I use the 10x, and then I use the 1 and 3x zoom way more than the 5. So it just depends on the person, but I feel like for the general consensus of consumers out there, they're using the 5x optical zoom a lot more than the 10x. So why not use that and also give us a better quality sensor, which they did. I mean, despite this change, the S24 Ultra maintains its reputation as a formidable camera phone, featuring that main 200 megapixel camera that I just mentioned with 60% larger pixels. You also have a 12 megapixel ultra-wide camera, a 10 megapixel telephoto lens offering 3x optical zoom, and the aforementioned 50 megapixel telephoto camera with 5x optical zoom. Although the new telephoto camera offers 10x zoom by taking a picture and digitally zooming in, Samsung asserts that this approach maintains optical quality performance comparable to its predecessor, a strategy seen in other smartphones with satisfactory zooming results, such as the iPhone 15's 2x telephoto zoom. However, at the end of the day, regarding performance, the main camera of the S24 Ultra exhibits no significant differences from the S23 Ultra, delivering abundant details, vivid colors, and commendable HDR performance. While these results are satisfactory, some users may have hoped for more noticeable improvements compared to the previous model. When compared to the iPhone 15 Pro Max, preferences may vary, highlighting differences in HDR performance and color temperature as seen in examples like these. And then we have night photos. Comparing it to the iPhone 15 Pro Max, which you guys will see here in a second, I feel like the S24 Ultra's camera does go ahead and bump up the brightness just a little bit more, and it does craft the detail around those images a bit better than before. Even though I anticipated better low-light performance and minor improvements in those lower light scenarios, I feel like in high contrast scenarios such as capturing twinkly lights in the night sky, the S24 Ultra does demonstrate improved retention of details and highlights compared to the S23 Ultra. In low-light conditions, however, the S24 Ultra competes closely with the iPhone 15 Pro Max in most scenarios, though the iPhone's images tend to be brighter and warmer with more defined highlights. Then we have long-range capabilities, a defining feature of Ultra phones. The S24 Ultra performs admirably at 5x zoom, producing brighter compositions with warmer tones. However, at 10x zoom, it relies on its larger sensor and new image processing to match the optical range of the S23 Ultra. While the S24 Ultra comes close, the S23 Ultra still outperforms it in capturing finer details, as evidenced by observations of texture and sharpness in various elements on these images. Now, when it comes to the telephoto cameras and video recording capabilities, the 5x optical lens that you get on the S24 Ultra is similar to the 10x that we saw in the S23 Ultra. In terms of overall video quality though, there isn't a significant difference observed in videos recorded at 4K 30. And to be honest, due to Android compression, I still would go for my iPhone 15 Pro Max in most scenarios. As someone who's obviously well versed in videography and filmmaking, I do tend to use my S24 Ultra now as a backup camera, but I use it as a backup camera to my iPhone 15 Pro Max due to Android compression and social media. But at the same time, I would never use the S24 Ultra as a backup to my main camera, such as a Red camera, Sony A1, Sony A7C II. For that, I would use a iPhone 15 Pro Max or even a smaller camera like the A7C II that I am recording on now. And then we have another very important matter here, performance. All models of the S24 Ultra are equipped with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chipset, engineered with a focus on AI capabilities. Impressively, the chipset outperforms expectations, demonstrating exceptional performance in various benchmark tests, surpassing even the Galaxy S23 Ultra and the A17 Pro chip in the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Benchmark results such as Geekbench 6 scores of 2308 for single core and 7283 for multi-core highlight the S24 Ultra's superior processing power. This chipset prowess is evident in everyday usage, from smooth navigation between apps to fluid interactions across the phone's interface. Notably, the S24 Ultra achieves remarkable graphics processing performance as demonstrated by its record-breaking score of 20,600 in 3D Mark's Wildlife Unlimited tests. I will say without a doubt that this is by far the snappiest phone that I have ever used in my life. Way snappier than the S23 Ultra, snappier than my iPhone 15 Pro Max. It just feels so good, fluid. It makes using the phone such a great experience overall. But the graphics processing power really comes to life with games like Call of Duty. And it goes to show this with smooth and detailed graphics, especially in ray tracing supported environments. Comparatively, the performance on other devices with older chipsets, such as the OnePlus Open that we checked out a few weeks ago, has a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chip, but it does tend to suffer from frame rate loss in some scenarios. But I can say with confidence, you do not see this on the S24 Ultra. It's smooth, very responsive, it does not throttle, you do not lose performance, even in the most graphics intensive games that you are playing. But I want to cover something that's also really important here with all these new features on the S24 Ultra, the battery life and software. Usually you would take a hit with all these new innovations. In my battery benchmark assessments, the Galaxy S24 Ultra impressively achieved a runtime of 16 hours and 45 minutes, an improvement of nearly 3.5 hours compared to its predecessor. Among flagship rivals, only the 15 Pro Max comes close, with a duration of 14 hours and 2 seconds, placing the S24 Ultra in the top 3 of my best phone battery life list, behind gaming-focused devices designed for extended play sessions. While the battery life enhancements are definitely an improvement, the S24 Ultra does maintain the same wired and wireless charging speeds as previous models, offering 45-watt wire charging that reaches 71% in 30 minutes. Although this outperforms the iPhone 15 Pro Max's 20-watt wire charging, some may have expected Samsung to upgrade this feature, along with potentially boosting the 15-watt wireless charging speed, which when it came from the OnePlus Open to the S24 Ultra, I noticed how much slower it charges in comparison to that phone. Now the OnePlus 12 on the other hand goes from 0 to 100% in like 30 minutes, which is actually insane. At the same time, I think it's 80-watt fast charging on that. You also have 50-watt wireless charging with the OnePlus 12. That should be in every phone, and it doesn't get too hot, which is mind-blowing to me. I feel like Samsung's approach to AI with the S24 Ultra demonstrates intuitive features that save time and enhance user experience. While some AI capabilities like circle to search and generative edit feel polished, others such as live translate could benefit from further machine learning advancements. Nevertheless, the S24 Ultra solidifies the significance of AI integration in its smartphones. However, at the same time, the S24 Ultra's camera performance does lack the dramatic improvements that we have seen in previous updates. Notably, due to Samsung's decision to replace the 10x optical camera with a 5x one, a change that has sparked controversy with some consumers, but not with me. Despite this setback, the S24 Ultra does excel in processing power and battery life, setting a new benchmark for 2024 phone releases. Although the price increase to $1299 may raise concerns, the practicality of its AI features combined with performance and battery enhancements makes the S24 Ultra a worthy investment for those seeking a top-tier smartphone or upgrading from an older Android device. But you know what? Furthermore, I feel like what bothers me the most is having to pay for those AI features after 2025. I don't know why that irks me as much. It's one of those things I feel like it's free. You can use ChatGPT for pretty much anything that you need to use it for. Why would you charge for something like that when you have a premium price on a flagship model like this? It just bothers me. I don't know. But I'm curious to know what you guys think. Let me know down below. Am I tripping out? Do you guys think you should pay for AI features after 2025 and paying a premium price on a phone like this? Let me know down below where you'll also find the links to everything that we covered in today's episode. If you want to see more, make sure you follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DetroitFury. And if you enjoyed this content, please make sure you smash that like button for me, subscribe, turn on your post notifications. It really means a lot to me. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in my next episode. Peace.